Hello Dealey, and welcome to Something Edible.
So you got a plate of cupcakes here. They probably came from a box, and that's okay. What's not okay is putting frosting from a tub on top of these. I mean, if you're gonna make some cupcakes, at least make it count. And really, if you're talking chocolate, then you can't do better than a ganache. And if you like chocolate, chances are you probably like peanut butter too. So, you know, what better way to have a ganache than to put chocolate and peanut butter in it? And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to spruce up these plain old box cupcakes with an awesome chocolate peanut butter ganache, and it's the best. I swear, if you do this recipe, you'll probably never go back to chocolate buttercream again. So let's get over to the stove and the mixer and start making something to really spruce up these plain old box cupcakes. All right, so over medium heat here, we're going to add 1 cup, 8 fluid ounces of heavy cream. That's a lot of heavy cream, but you know, we're making dessert. So this isn't health food. Okay. And to that 8 ounces of heavy cream, we're going to go ahead and add just a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now you don't want to go any higher than medium here because it's going to get real nasty on you otherwise. But we do need to bring this up to a simmer. We need to make sure that this is hot enough to melt our chocolate and combine with our other ingredients. So we're just going to babysit this for a while. Just stir it every once in a while, and right when it starts to simmer, that's when we're going to kill the heat, and we're going to add it to the rest of our ingredients, and this ganache will come together super quick. Okay, while that cream's simmering, we've got to put some stuff in our stand mixer here. We're going to start out with 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. It's roughly about a half a bag. I think if you're going to actually measure it by volume, somewhere around a cup. We're also going to add a half cup of creamy peanut butter, and that is indeed by volume. And then also we're going to add just a tablespoon of corn syrup. It does a few things. It really makes your ganache look pretty, is what that corn syrup's for, and helps it to spread just a little bit. So in goes the cream, and for this to work its magic, you're going to need to let this sit in the bowl for just, I don't know, a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. You want it to get to the point where the chocolate's going to readily melt. And you definitely want to make sure you're using room temperature chocolate for this. If you're one of those people that squirrels away your chocolate in the fridge or the freezer, let it come to room temperature first. Really shouldn't do that anyway. Chocolate can sit room temperature just fine if it's a cool, dark place. So 2 minutes, and you won't notice any difference here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and see where we get. This should, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of difference on top, but if you rub a spatula in there, you can see these chips are definitely melting. So let's mix this stuff. Start low, and then once it gets a little integrated, you can really put the spurs to it. Alright, well, you can kind of see it here. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. As you add more air into this, it's going to lighten in color, and that's going to let you know that you're changing consistency. I mean, remember, we got cream in there, so we're kind of whipping that cream, getting some air into it. So this is just about done, but it's still pretty warm, and this stuff's going to set up surprisingly well once we start spreading it and letting it cool in a cupcake. All right, we've beat that plenty. I think we're going to call that good. Take it out of there. Oh yeah. So we've got a little bit of lift to this, but not a whole lot. I mean, but here's kind of the moment of truth here. It's going to start setting up on you, and you've got a choice to make here. You can let it cool down a little bit more, and then you can whip it a little bit more, but once it sets, it sets. You're going to have to take it back to the microwave or something in order to get it to really form up. But you know, I'm feeling kind of lazy today. I mean, after all, these are boxed cupcakes, so let's not get out of hand here. And I think what we can probably do here is, this is still loose enough and warm enough, I'm just going to dip these. So in we go. And those are gonna dry nicely. I mean, you're gonna see a set frosting layer on there from this ganache. And let's face it, this is a heck of a lot easier than spreading buttercream. But if you want to spread it, just let it cool a little bit more and whip it some. And by the way, this recipe is enough to cover 2 layers of like an 8 or a 9-inch cake. You could probably do a 9 by 13 in there too, and it would work just fine. A little fall theme here. Decorating doesn't get much easier than this. That's really good. I mean, you want to talk about, it doesn't look like there's peanut butter in there, but man, there's peanut butter in there. And that dark chocolate, those chocolate chips, well, it's not even dark chocolate, it's chocolate chips, but it tastes pretty dark because all the richness we got going on in there. It's quite good. So if you've never made a ganache before, this is a great place to start. If you want to learn how to make one, you can get my recipe for this on hdnews.net, or you can, if you want to go get some more details about what's going on, you can check out my website, somethingedible.com. And if you have any questions, I'm always love to answer questions. So you can shoot me a question on my website, shoot me a question on Facebook, shoot me a question on Twitter. I'll, love questions. So keep them coming. And until I talk to you next time, enjoy those cupcakes. These are good. Try these, seriously.